What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon Kindle and Create Space. A link will be in the description box below, as usual. This video is entitled A Black Soul with an American Mind. I think, for me, I can speak for myself, but the American ideology doesn't sit well with my spirit. And sometimes when I look at my people, I wonder sometimes, is that inner struggle not good and evil, but your black soul at odds with your American programming, your American mindset? Because, you know, as who was that? I think Louis Farrakhan was talking about, when you flip a people inside out, they're not going to completely be right. And we don't think about or talk about the idea that sometimes our views on life outside of racism are also subject to that American mentality flipping us as black people inside out. And what I mean by that is we are looking at life through the paradigm of the American mindset, when the American mindset has always been detrimental to our black lives and souls. You see, this country has never done anything. This country does not benefit us. It does not. It demonizes us. It marginalizes us. It's a succubus of everything great about us. It's predicated on stealing our greatness for someone else to profit off of, stealing our ingenuity, stealing our life and our time on this earth, in the universe. Everything is predicated on using us. That's why I say a black soul, with an American mind. Because think about religion in general. We're one of the groups who are really fundamentally destroyed by Christianity, because we should wait till Jesus come back. None of these other people were waiting till Jesus come back. They're not waiting for revelations to come to pass. They out here just doing stuff, even at your detriment. They're not following none of these 10 commandments. But your black soul has been corrupted by its American mind, because you've been flipped inside out. Because that Jesus that you waiting to come back don't look like you either. So the same face that that has oppressed your whole family, your whole bloodline for the last 400 years is going to be the same type of face that comes back to save you. Because doesn't sit well with your soul. This whole ideology of fairness, if you just work hard and do the right things, you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps. That's an American mentality for people who don't look like you. For people who look like you, slavery, sharecropping, Jim Crow, redlining, the Eisenhower freeway system, COINTELPRO, all of the other, vagrancy acts and the 13th Amendment and the nuances of you not really having of everybody else having these constitutional rights, but yours don't exist, type of thing, because you've been flipped inside out, and your black soul is just like, well, I mean mine. I'll say mine. It's like this American mentality ain't sitting well with me. I could pull myself up by my bootstraps, but in America, somebody who's not black is gonna come along and try to get the credit and get paid for it, and everybody else who's not black goes along with the program. So, but that's the American way. The American way doesn't include, your hard work, and part of what I'm talking about is some of us don't want to accept the reality of the unfairness of America, because the ideal America is ideal for everybody that don't look like me or didn't come from the families that I came from. That ain't the America that I know. The America that you may know and love is rainbows and unicorns. The America that I know, and I'm just, I'm here with this mug, is, devils, snakes, jackals, and vultures. Right? But you got to ask yourself, when I think about how we talk about relationships, we're viewing each other in the paradigm of the American mindset that it doesn't sit well with our black souls. I mean, we're picking failure because we're following the American dream, when the American dream was predicated on making sure that we in particular fail. So even if we're doing it by the American dream book, it's still detrimental to us. You know what I'm saying? So we're picking people who fail and propping them up because we feel like they're bucking the system, when in actuality, they're feeding into the system, because everything with us is flipped inside out and reverse. So what other people look at as passing on legacy, we're sabotaging legacy. What other people look at building a family, we're sabotaging a family. Thinking about using our American ideology. We don't think about all of our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is really under the paradigm of the Willie Lynch letter. That's what it's tied to. It's not tied to the Declaration of Independence. It's not tied to the Constitution. It's more so tied to the Willie Lynch letter. You know what I'm saying? So when we're looking at how we treat each other like they would treat us. We're opportunistic with each other and then asking each other to build us up, instead of building each other up and getting opportunities from that and creating opportunities off of that. We're backwards with this because our black soul knows something's wrong, but our American mind keeps in a rat race on the hamster wheel. A lot of times that's why we're canaries in the mine also, is because we know the depths of how this failure is going to be. We see all the traps. Everybody else doesn't have the traps that we do. Everybody else in this country doesn't face the adversities we do. So all of their, all you got to do is work harder, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You can't listen to them. They're pulling themselves up by their bootstraps, standing on your back. They're not standing where you standing. They didn't start where you started. They actually benefiting off of our ancestors' work as a starting point, telling us we need to pick something up. They're not even benefiting in their own home countries like that. So, but we have to think about it like, we're backing the wrong horse. And we keep retroactively paying attention to ourselves. Even with the advent of technology, we're seeing how we're evolving, but we're seeing how we're looking at ourselves like, wait, that's what we're really doing. Man, 2 years ago, we thought that was cool, but that's not cool. No, it's not. I mean, the one good thing that we get from this is a lot of people in America are never that far ahead of us, financially speaking, because we're the barometer for what's acceptable in America. So if we doing negative stuff, America thinks, America co-signs it, and that negativity spills over in other communities. We're closer to getting out of it while everybody's just running into it. Thus, this opioids and all the drug errors and the family breakups and of everybody else, and the falling of capitalism as we see it right now. But we have to really think about this as a people that, can our black souls are our black souls in conflict with our American mindset? Because what works for everybody else in America doesn't work for us, and that's because, in my opinion, we've been flipped inside out because of America. We have to actually, instead of pick ourselves up by our bootstraps, we have to flip ourselves back into our original position, so our soul and our mentality could actually be congruent with our direction, because the American mindset is not congruent with our direction as human beings. So that's just my opinion. Yeah.